Welcome students. Today we are going to understand a very important topic which is called the sequence of tenses. You know that when we write some sentences, these are sometimes in classes, principal class, subordinate class. So which tense should follow the principal class in the subordinate class? Which tense should follow the principal class? We will understand here. That means if the principal clause is written in a particular tense, then how to write subordinate clause after that? And you know the combination of principal and subordinate clause is called a complex sentence. So here we will discuss about how one tense in the principal clause is followed by another tense in the subordinate clause, or if the same tense is following, then what is the rule and how it is done. So let us understand. The sequence of tenses gives us the principle or the basic concept according to which the verb in the subordinate clause follows the verb of the tense in the principal clause. So let us understand the sequence of the tenses is the principle or the concept according to which the verb of the tense of subordinate clause follows the verb of the tense of principal clause. Here we will understand the basic principle based on which we will be able to write the correct tense of the verb of the subordinate clause. After observing what is the verb, what is the tense of the verb in the principal clause. So let us understand what are the rules. The first rule says if the tense of the verb in the principal clause is in past, it must be followed by the past tense of the verb in the subordinate clause. We can roughly understand this rule in this way. If you see that the tense of the verb in the principal clause is in past tense, okay, then you have to write the subordinate clause in the same tense, that means in the past tense. Let us see the examples. He said that Ram was playing in the field. The teacher said that the boy had not done his work. Done his work. Suresh said that he would go to Delhi the next day. So through these examples you can easily understand. He said that Ram was playing in the field. Here he said is the principal class. That Ram was playing in the field, this is the subordinate class which is introduced by this conjunction that. So here it is in past tense, so subordinate class is also in past tense. The teacher said it is in past tense, subordinate class is also in the past tense. Suresh said it is principal class in past tense, so here subordinate class is also in past tense. So I hope you have understood this first rule. Now there are certain exceptions of the first rule also. So what are these exceptions? Let us understand. Exceptions. If the tense of the principal class is past tense, if the verb of the principal class is in past tense, and there is some universal truth or some habitual truth in the subordinate class, then it will be written in present tense only. So this is exception 1. If the tense of the verb in the principal class is in past, but there is some universal truth or habitual truth, then subordinate class if tense of the verb in principal class is in past tense, but there is some universal truth or habitual truth in the subordinate class, then subordinate class will be written in present tense. Let's understand it. If the tense of the verb in the principal class is in past, but there is universal truth in the subordinate class, then obviously the subordinate class will be written in the present tense. Example, he said that the earth is round. He said that the earth is round, so this is the universal truth. Ram said that honesty is the best policy. So you know that honesty is the best policy. This is a proverb, and this is also some truth, universal truth. This is a universal truth, and this is a proverb. And see one more. Ramesh said his father that his father smokes daily. He smokes daily. His father smokes daily. It is the habitual truth. So I hope you have understood this. What is the exception 1? Now let us understand what is the exception 2. We will understand this exception 2 after this part. So let us see. Exception 2. If the subordinate class is introduced by then then what happens actually is introduced by then even if the tense of the principal class is in the past, the tense of subordinate may be in any tense. He talked he earned more than he deserved. He was helped more than what he required. These are the examples. He got more salary than he deserved. He was given more value than than what its worth, than what its worth was. So here you can understand these examples. If this subordinate clause is introduced by than, then it may follow any tense, even though the tense of the principal clause is in past tense. So I hope you have understood these rules. In the next class we will understand some more rules of sequence of tenses. So all the best for the next classes. Thank you.